everybody, how are you guys doing today? So, yesterday I tried my hand at some poetry, but I think I may have been a bit distracted. Any hoosers, today we have a very special guest. He's a German playwright and poet and a Hollywood director. Ladies and gentlemen, Bertolt Brecht. Hi Bertolt, how are you doing today?
Very good, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for asking. So, Bertolt, can I call you Bert?
Of course, that's my stage name.
Okay, perfect. So, Bert, everyone says that you are very controversial with your works, that you have like a specific style. Could you elaborate on that style?
Well, my style doesn't conform to the everyday idea because I believe that people should think for themselves, you know? Like, the middle class that I grew up in was very passive and followed anyone that aided them and to their own wants. But I want my works to inspire others to change the world from the corrupt and very bad government and society we live in today.
Oh, well that's very unique type of style. Earlier you mentioned that the middle class is passive and that they follow everybody. Who would you say you follow?
Well, I don't follow anyone. I'm my own leader. I follow my own beliefs and I think of my own ideas.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. Does that mean you don't follow your own wife?
Well, Jasmine, my first wife, she was an opera singer. She was always very noisy, and we divorced a couple of years later. But the son I had with her, I cherish very much. He's just like me. He's a New York critic like I was, and you know, I hope he becomes very successful so he can have all the mistresses of all genders like I had.
Well, that's very interesting. Would you say your wife Helen was okay with all these mistresses?
Of course. My second wife, Helen, she was very understanding. She didn't mind me having all my mistresses, and she was casted in all the plays that I did, and she was a very wonderful lead.
Oh, well, of course, people use their wives as their muses. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, would you say that there was anyone else who may have influenced your works?
Well, my son, Stefan, he influenced my poem, My Young Son Asked Me. And because there is a problem for the future of our children.
Oh, that's very true. It seems like you're quite a great father. I mean, your son is practically following your footsteps, so you must have influenced him in some ways.
Thank you.
Would you say that your father was as good as you are, or that he influenced you, or anything like that?
Well, my father was very important in my life, but my mother was, I would say, even more important. He was he worked at a paper mill, but my mother, she took care of me in my childhood. She was very sick, like I was. She had breast cancer and a heart condition like I have, and she was a big inspiration in my works. And well, you know, she died in my young in my young adulthood. But in fact, Facebook also, told me that I will die in 1956 of a heart attack. But who believes Facebook?
Yes, that's very true. All those awkward quizzes that don't make sense. No one believes Facebook for anything. So it seems you're very electronically savvy, though.
Of course. After World War I and II, the communication was very important, and I had to keep up with the times.
Of course. It's a shame, though, that communication between the nations wasn't as strong. Perhaps the Red Scare would have been completely avoided without that.
Don't get me started on the Red Scare.
Well, how about we get into that after this short commercial break?
You see this cute kitty right here? Looking out into the world? It's a very cute kitty indeed. Now, this cute kitty needs a home. You may think that this kitty already looks like it is in a home, but no, it is not. Think of the kitty. Think adopt today.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're meeting with the very famous Hollywood director, German poet, playwright, Bertolt Brecht. Before the break, we were discussing his influences and time period. We left off on the Red Scare. Bertolt, could you explain a little bit more to me and the audience about what the Red Scare is?
Of course. Jasmine, well, the Red Scare had everyone so crazy. During this time, I was a director in Hollywood, and then one day I was accused of being a communist. And, well, I had to give them proof. I had to give proof to the Un-American Activities Committee, but because I didn't have any proof, I had to prove that I had to leave the United States. I had to go back to Germany.
Oh, well, that's very unfortunate. Was there perhaps a reason why they might have assumed you might have been communist? Did you partake in World War I or World War II?
Well, in World War I was drafted for the army, but because of my health conditions and because I didn't believe in war, it's very destructive, and I refused to fight. I was sent to work in a medical facility. But during World War II, I refused. I left Germany when Hitler became into power, and I traveled from country to country until I settled in the United States, until I was persecuted after World War II, and then I went back to Germany.
I'm sorry to hear about all this misfortune that befell you. Was there perhaps an upside to any of this?
Yeah, when I returned to Berlin, I opened up my own company, and there I worked with my lovely wife Helen, and we created the Berlin Ensemble.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. I assume Helen is obviously a major role in your life. Yes, okay. Well, that's all the time we have for today. If you all look under your seats, you will find a gift from Bert, his very own book, How to Write Like Bertolt. Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you for coming.
This has been a video production by Brianna, Jasmine, and Bernice. I hope you have all enjoyed.